another edition of Get Woke Wednesdays. If you are a returning divine, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching us today. And if you're new to this channel, hello, how are you and welcome. Hola, ¿cómo están? Y bienvenidos. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button right down there so you will be notified each time I upload a video, which is at minimum twice a week for Get Woke Wednesdays, which is today's, and Get Fierce Fridays. We work on the inner beauty on Wednesdays, the outer beauty on Fridays, so hit that subscribe button. So you guys, I want to just get right into it today. Today we are talking about a super heavy, serious topic. It is about depression. I don't have the statistics in front of me, but there are millions upon millions of people that suffer with depression of some form, either chronic or because of a circumstance at some point in their lives, in some way or manner. So I really just want to kind of tackle that. I want to give you some ways whereby you can get rid of it. Yeah, I wish, huh? Don't you wish it was that easy? No, I want to give you some kind of coping mechanisms or things that you can do to kind of alleviate the symptoms of depression and even kind of get to the root of it. So stay tuned because we're going to talk about 7 to 8 things that you can do even while you're in the midst or the throes of an active depressive episode. So, right here, right now, we're gonna get into it, depression on Davian's Dish. So you guys, I'm sure if you are watching this video, you or somebody you love or somebody you know has somehow been affected or gone through a depressive episode or depression in your life before. And especially during the holidays, it tends to increase for a myriad of reasons during the holidays. And so I just wanted to come up with something that can kind of, help us cope with depression should it arise. Keep in mind, everybody is different, and so you should know yourself and you know what may or what may not work for you. But I do encourage you that if you haven't tried it before, I encourage you to try some of these items suggested because you just may be pleasantly surprised. Maybe you've heard about these things before, but you've never actually tried it because you never really thought it would work. Let me tell you, every single thing that I'm going to name off for you is a tried and true item that I have done, and it has helped me. So I encourage you to try it. Try one, try them all. Guys, ready? Number 1, exercise. Everybody knows, and if you didn't, you're about to know, that exercising releases that feel-good dopamine in your brain. And so when you exercise, that is exactly what it does. So even if you are in the throes of depression, if you're in a depressive episode at the moment, if you were able to get yourself up and get your butt to the gym and maybe jog for 30 minutes or even do a brisk walk for 30 minutes, you would feel better. Like, it's scientifically proven, you would feel better. And also, so not only can exercise help you within the throes of your depression, it can be a preventative measure. So we also need to be proactive with mental illness of depression. As a matter of fact, there was a study done that they followed people around who took the #1 prescribed medication for depression, which is Zoloft. And they studied people who took the Zoloft every single day, and they studied people who did not take the Zoloft, but they exercised 3 times per week. The effect was, in effect, the same. So the people who took the Zoloft had the same result as those who did not take the Zoloft, but exercised 3 times per week. So, that's a big deal, especially if you're somebody who does not like to take medications and, just because of all the side effects and all these things that can go wrong and that are just not good for us, pharmaceutical medications. Exercise is an awesome, awesome preventative measure, and it can help you get out of the depression as well. So, number 1, exercise. Number 2, writing. Yay! Which is one of my personal favorites because I love to write. But anyway, you can write poetry, you can write in your journal. Here's something that I learned a while ago that is really an awesome, awesome thing that you can do. You can write, say that there's just things that are bottled up inside of you that you really need to get out. You don't feel like you can tell anybody things. Maybe they're deep, dark, hidden secrets, or maybe they're just things that are embarrassing to you. You just don't feel like you can tell anybody about it. You can take out a piece of paper, you can take out a pen, you can take out a pencil, and you can write until your little heart is content. Write it all out. The point is to get it out of you. The point is to get all of that icky grossness, that feeling, that ickiness, get it out of you and spill it onto the paper. And nobody will find it ever because you will burn it. Yeah. Or you can eat it, or you can flush it down the toilet, but you can rip it up. The point is to destroy it. If it's something that you never want anybody to see, just destroy it. But the point of this exercise is to get it out of you. And it's a big deal to get these things out of you so that you can move on and push forward in your life. So, number 2, write it out. Number 3, cry it out. Yeah, so I am somebody who I hate to cry in front of people, in front of anybody. I will cry to the Lord, and that's it. That's the only person who's seen me cry is the Lord. So, but however, I don't know about you, but it feels so good to get a good cry out of you. And I am talking about those ugly cries, and it really feels good. Even though you feel so tired afterwards, it's almost like a refreshing feeling. It's almost like that feeling that you get after working out. It's weird because, after working out, it's a really happy runner's high type feeling, but it's so hard to explain. But anyway, crying it out, it really can do you good. Again, it is just about getting all of that stuff that may be bottled up inside. It's all about just getting it out. Get it outside of you. You don't want it. It doesn't need to be inside. Get it out. Number 3, cry it out. Number 4, and by all means, this is my number 1, always will be my number 1, but for the sake of this list, it just so happened to fall number 4. However, fall on your knees and pray to the Lord. So that kind of goes with it all, right? Fall on your knees, cry it out, pray to the Lord. That is something that really can help you in times of when you are feeling so depressed, so lost. If you feel like you do not have any hope, the Lord, even though a lot of us, we go to the Lord as a last resort, we should be going to Him as our first resort, but either way, okay, He's not going to turn anybody away. So whether you're going to Him for your first resort or your last resort, He will not turn you away. So fall on your knees though, and surrender yourself to Him, and cry out to Him, pray to Him. Some of the worst times in my life, I have fallen to my knee. I have literally surrendered myself to Him, and that has gotten me through. So absolutely, without a doubt, that is something that can pick you right back up and get you on your way. So number 4, fall on your knees and pray to the Lord. Number 5, go play with a baby or a puppy. Yes, there is something about the innocence of a baby or a puppy. I mean, it is just the best. It is the best because they're just always so happy. Babies and puppies, they have nothing to be sad about, to be mad about. They are just so happy. They don't care who the president of the United States is. They don't care how much money is in their bank account. They don't care what bills are passed due because they don't have any bills. But the point is they have nothing to be upset about. And so it is so refreshing and so invigorating and joyful to be around a baby and a puppy. So if you have a friend perhaps that has a baby, or if you don't have a friend that has a baby, you can go to maybe a dog shelter and just go visit a puppy. But yeah, go be around a baby or a puppy. That will lift your spirits. I promise you, to be around a baby or a puppy. So number 5, I think that's number 5. Go visit a baby or a puppy. Number 6, cheer somebody up or help somebody out that needs it. Maybe you heard of a friend of yours or an acquaintance of yours that needs a truck because they're moving. Or maybe somebody needs services that you offer, but maybe they don't have the money, the wherewithal, maybe they don't have what it takes. There's something that you can offer somebody that does not have it, or that would not otherwise be able to get to where they need to be. Like they are A and they need C, but you're B, and so they need you to get to C, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But I hope you get the concept. Whenever you're helping somebody, that really will fulfill you. You know what? Even a compliment, okay? Because you don't know, a compliment can make somebody's day. Maybe that person has not received a nice compliment in a week. Maybe that's all they needed for that day. Maybe they just needed a sweet compliment, and that is going to be able to fuel them for the rest of the week. So anything like that, cheer somebody up. Maybe talk to somebody that you don't typically talk to. Maybe go make amends with somebody. Anything to kind of get your mind off of yourself and your problems for a moment and help somebody else out. Focus on somebody else and somebody else's problems. That in turn will help you out as well and also lift your spirits. So cheer somebody up, help somebody out. Number 7, take a deep breath, take a step back and look at your life with gratitude. We can always be at a worse spot than we are. Things can always be worse. It doesn't matter who you are, what you're going through. It can always be worse. And in fact, somebody has it worse than you do. I know it's kind of a morbid way to look at it, but it is the truth and it is the fact of the matter. Like somebody always has it worse off than you do. And so we should really be looking at our lives with more gratitude, more thankfulness, more gratefulness. And I know that when we are in the throes of depression, it is not an easy thing to do. It's not like, oh, I have this, I have a family, I have this, that, and the other, and so, I'm not depressed anymore. I know it's not that easy, but when we are looking at our life with gratitude, trust me, it does chip down that depression. The layer of depression begins to fall off of us when we are looking at our lives with gratitude and thankfulness, because that kind of makes way for hopefulness. And when we're hopeful, that makes way for happiness, because when we're hopeful and we have happiness, we are looking forward to tomorrow. When we're looking forward to tomorrow, we suddenly have a bright future. And so there's so many things that kind of lead to it, right? We didn't get depressed unless it was based off of a single incident, which absolutely can be the case. But many times, if it's not based off of a single incident, we didn't get depressed overnight. There's things that maybe chipped off, that kind of chipped at our happiness, that chipped at our life and our joy, which kind of brings us into a depression. And so when we're looking at our life with gratitude and thankfulness and gratefulness, we're kind of taking our joy back, what was stolen from us, we're picking it back. And so we should always be looking at our life with gratitude, with thankfulness, and be grateful for what we have, for who we are, and that we are alive. If you have breath, you should be grateful. Number 8, getting up, getting out of bed and taking a shower. I know from personal experience that it can be a journey. That can be a journey to take a shower, and some days that is just not the journey you want to take if you're depressed. However, I have found that when I am in a depressive episode or situation, and I force myself to get in the shower, it absolutely helps. And you absolutely do feel better. And so that is something that you may want to do, may want to think about, is forcing yourself to get in that shower. Because again, we don't have to, snap out of it. Yes, it would be great and it would be wonderful and it'd be awesome if we could snap out of it. But if we can't snap out of it, we have to make moves. We've got to crawl and then start walking and then start running and hopefully flying. But we've got to do something, right? We cannot just stay in a ball in the dark, blinds drawn, under the covers, never to emerge from again. We just can't do that. We can't do that. All it's going to do is make us worse. So you have to crawl. You have to force yourself to do things, to live, because we are human beings. We need to be. So yeah, force yourself to get out of the shower, to get into the shower if you must. but do it. And last but not least, listen to music or sing. Yeah, that's another one that I absolutely love to do. I do both. I listen to music and I sing. Not the best singer, but I love to do it, and so I do it. I don't know about you, but music absolutely speaks to me. I mean, I believe that the Lord speaks to me through music, and so absolutely music is a wonderful technique and tool that you can use to get yourself out of a depressive episode or out of a depression. So music is absolutely a great way to do it. Okay, guys, I hope that you can, pick one or two of those things, and hopefully two of those may help you. But I encourage you to try it out. Try out one of them, try out all of them. You may be pleasantly surprised. As I said at the beginning of this, you may be pleasantly surprised. So I really hope that you guys are having an awesome holiday season thus far. Is there something that you guys use as a tool in order to get yourself out of kind of the blues or a depressive episode or a full-on depression? What do you guys use? What kind of tools do you have in your tool bag to get yourself out? Comment below and hit that like button and share it if you like, because perhaps there is somebody on your friends list or your friend's friends list that needs to hear this today, so share it. Also, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel so you will get 2 videos a week, once on Wednesdays, once on Fridays. Work on the Inner Beauty Wednesdays, Outer Beauty Fridays, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!